everyone. I'm Val.
I'm Ty.
And this is our special multiplane podcast about the multiverse because we are talking Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. But don't worry, this is not the review show. This is the prediction show. The show that is going to get you ready, me ready, Ty just pumped to go and see it. I'm heading to see the movie tonight. Ty is going to join you because all of you could have a chance to win tickets. Ty, we have not one pair of tickets, but two. So we're going to have two winners today that will get to see the pre-screening with you. You guys don't have to sit with him. It's not like that. He'll be there in the same room. If you guys all want to sit together, take selfies, do all that stuff, great. But by the end of the show, we are going to give away 2 pairs of tickets to the screening that is this Wednesday night, 7 o'clock in Salt Lake City. We'll give you all the details to the people that win, and please only try and win if you can definitely go Wednesday night. But I mean, basically what this show is we have certain predictions on what we think is going to happen in the movie. I'm going to see it tonight. I can't share it with Ty until after he sees it on Wednesday. And then next week, we'll do a whole review rundown of the movie. We want to get your feedback on the movie as well. I think this is the thing. As I'm traveling a little bit more, Ty, and I'm talking to a lot more nerds because I'm going to all these fun nerd conventions, there are a lot of people that haven't seen like the Doctor Strange movies. And so they're like, well, what should I do to get prepared? And so I feel like they have all the tools at their fingertips now to get prepared for Doctor Strange.
So, and I didn't know if you wanted to cap on our predictions that we made on Moon Knight last week and say if any of those were correct. Too.
We can totally get into that as well. I figured we'd recap after the episode this week, but if you want to get into it now, we totally
I was just going to do, just a real quick, because, we got a lot of stuff to cover with Doctor Strange, but I was just going to say, well, he is definitely, like I said, purgatory, but I say purgatory, but they're in the Dumont, right? Which is like, kind of like purgatory.
Right.
It's the magic realm between life and death, and there's doorways all over to come back to our world or to get into that world. And me and you were right on the money saying that they had to fight their way out.
Yeah, they basically have to fight their way out. They had to figure out where they were, find each other, and now work together to get out. But you were right and I kind of thought there was one more, and then you told me for sure last week there was one more, and then watching this episode there's definitely 3. And I went back and watched the end of number 4 again, and there's actually some artwork in the video at the closing credits of number 4 that shows 3 silhouettes of his face.
Yeah,
so it's kind of foreshadowing.
That's the one where he's sideways and it has 1, 2, 3, right?
Yeah.
I seen that one and I'm like, hey, there's a little nod to Jake. So
yep.
And I didn't want to spoil it for you the last time when you're like, well, are they gonna have to stay together? Are they not gonna have to stay together? Because I'm like, yeah, in the comics they have to because it's the same guy. It's literally him who has had this, he made Steven. So
right.
I didn't want to drop the nail on that one, but I'm excited to see how we get the conclusion. Again, I'm really hoping for a Blade cameo. I really think he's going to be the Nick Fury of the Midnight Suns. Do
you think they're going to leave us a little dangler for next season, or do you think they're going to wrap it all up and then jump into the next phase of it? Because can they really get it all wrapped up?
You didn't think so? Did you think that we could get WandaVision wrapped up?
I mean, I didn't really care.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
That was my hard one.
I'm sorry.
You're going to care. Look what we're about. You're going to go see Multiverse of Madness tonight.
This is the thing. We'll get into this. Don't jump ahead. You're the one that wanted to go back to Moon Knight. Sorry, I'm all handsy right now. But we're both wearing some space shirts today. This is my new NASA shirt that I got in Cleveland. It says I need my space.
I'm wearing my Japanese Marvel tee.
Nice. So I think maybe they're gonna leave us a little dangler into I don't think we're going to get everything wrapped up. I think they're going to wrap up most of it, but then be like, if you want to know this part, we're going to go old school and say come to next season where it's going to be a lot of the things that you said. So we'll see.
Moon Knight will return.
Yep.
That seems to be their like tag now.
Okay, now this is the thing. I don't want to get hate mail. I don't want you to turn this off when I said I don't care about WandaVision. I do care about WandaVision, but when WandaVision first came on, I couldn't quite connect to it. If you go back and listen to some of our WandaVision episodes, it just was it. I love how it was odd and different and all of that kind of stuff, but I couldn't quite connect to it. And so then when we would talk about it on the show, you connected me more to it because then I knew what I was looking for. And it was just a little bit out there for me outside of my spectrum of what I knew to get excited for it. I liked the characters. I loved how it went different. But after WandaVision and watching more things that were coming that were connected to it, it got me more excited. So that's why I respected it. But now jumping into the Multiverse of Madness, I knew it was going to be a big part of that. So that's what I loved the most about it, is what it was heading towards, right? So if you haven't seen WandaVision yet and you have your tickets for Multiverse of Madness coming up this weekend, it opens everywhere Friday, but we all know if we're really into movies, you can go see it Thursday night if you already have your tickets. But if you're waiting until next week, then the order you should watch these in is this, right? The first Doctor Strange. And then
I would almost say you could go into first Doctor Strange. I would even go into Age of Ultron.
Yeah, I definitely think, well, do you think that, is that the order? It should be, is it Age of Ultron and then Doctor Strange?
I'm going to have to look this up on the Marvel timeline.
I'm pretty sure it's Age of Ultron and then Doctor Strange if you want to do it in that order. I love the little clicky clicks. But yeah, so, and we'll put this list up on our Facebook page as well as in the comment section of this on our YouTube video as soon as we're done here. But definitely, if you haven't seen the first Doctor Strange, what are you doing with your life? Please go see that. What's great about all of the movies that we're mentioning is that they're all streaming now. And so you'll be able to see everything, all the movies and the TV shows. So definitely Age of Ultron, definitely Doctor Strange. And then you're going to want to jump into Infinity War. Infinity War, Endgame. What?
So I was going to say,
with that face,
it's Age of
Ultron,
then Doctor Strange.
Yep.
You're gonna want to watch WandaVision. Definitely Loki. I
don't think they need to watch Loki.
Yeah. If you
you don't have to.
You don't have to, but this is going to add to it.
Okay. What if they watch Loki after if they haven't seen it? I want to get them ready for this weekend, and we're going to bombard them.
That's fine. Binge.
Okay.
It's something to work on. It's a party.
So we're going to differ in that. I don't think that you have to watch Loki to understand and appreciate what you're about to see, but Ty does. So you can either go off my list or Ty's list. It doesn't matter. But definitely Endgame. Hey, Tracy. Tracy, I am seeing it tonight and Ty is seeing it Wednesday. And then we're giving away some passes to see the movie towards the end of this towards the end of the episode today, so stick around.
I would also say watch the original X-Men, also Spider-Man, No Way Home.
Yes. And again, I don't think you need to jump into X-Men if you don't have time. That could be something that you watch after it. But I definitely think that you do need to do Endgame, No Way Home, and What If is really good because there are some things in What If that if I wouldn't have watched that, some of the things in the trailer wouldn't have made sense to me. If you just want to be surprised and you don't care at all, go see the movie. Totally cool.
Oh, I've told you guys since the What If episode of Strange came out, I told you guys that he was coming full force to the live action
Yeah.
MCU, and look what happened.
Yeah. And so Brad kind of agrees. So Loki adds more to those who don't know timeline stuff. And so, but again, you could also appreciate it if you watched it after. So, but this is what's cool is after we both watched No Way Home, Ty and I watched No Way Home, we were like trying to figure out how many Doctor Stranges were in No Way Home. I believe that there were 2 different Doctor Stranges happening in No Way Home. And then I definitely think in the new Doctor Strange movie, we're going to see at least 4.
I'm going 4 or 5.
You think 5?
I'm going to push.
You think
for
they're
5.
going to bring 5 out? Okay.
Yeah.
I say at least 4 because we've got regular Doctor Strange. We have zombie Doctor Strange. We have evil Doctor Strange. And then we have the Sorcerer Supreme. Who's the 5th?
And I'm pushing for some other version.
You don't know? There isn't like a specific one that you know about?
Not one that I'm pushing, like not one that I'm going to say that's going to pop up. No.
Okay, so the 4 we know for sure are going to be there are those that we just listed. So if you're not aware and you've watched No Way Home, that is also streaming now. I would suggest buying it. There are some extras in there that are really cool. Plus, why wouldn't you want to own it? That one is not on Disney Plus right now, but I bought it on Amazon. You can get it on a few other things. So, but you can definitely watch it. And there are a few different things if you want to go back and listen to our No Way Home episode, and I can put some links also so that you can watch it, is that there's definitely a switch in his attitude in the movie that you can see that he has a couple different personalities. They're not big. So Sorcerer Supreme and regular Doctor Strange, it's not a big change in personality, but there's a difference between being more I don't know, when he was like Doctor Strange, right? Mm-hmm. In the beginning, before he turned into superhero Doctor Strange, he was very arrogant. And then when he went through a lot of his training, he lost a lot of his arrogance and was more for like the greater good of the group. But there were parts in this Doctor Strange where he went back more to his arrogance, which I believe is the Sorcerer Supreme in him.
Come on, Strange, have a heart.
Yeah. But I mean, what do you guys think? What do you all, I shouldn't say guys, what does everyone think about that? Did you notice 2? Did you think there were more than 2? Do you think that there's going to be more than 2 or more than 4 coming up in the movie, prediction wise? And who do you think is going to be left over at the end, or will it have an end, or what are we going to jump into next? So Ty, where do you think that this is going to lead us? Because we've had so many things set us up to this movie, right?
Yep.
This is the big movie it's set up to over the past 3 years. So what now?
I've been hyping this, guys. If you, like Val said, if you go to some of our past shows,
He's just been like this.
I've been pushing this movie since 2019. Like one of our early shows, I just mentioned this movie and some of the fun little tidbits that you would see. I have been going hard on this movie for a few years now.
Uh-huh.
And I'm also guessing 3 to 4 variants of Wanda.
I think at least 2 variants of, because we've already seen 2. Right? Yeah. We've already seen 2 variants of her. But I mean, I could see that 3 could happen. Do you think that she is going to be the one that gets Strange under control in the situation? Because usually it's people trying to get her. Usually it's people trying to get her under control. Brad says minimum of 4, possible 5. It's leading into bringing X-Men because Charles Xavier and the Fantastic Four into the world, which makes me so happy that we can finally grab the X-Men and bring them into the MCU where they belong, because that's my childhood of the MCU and Saturday morning cartoons. So I'm super excited about that.
But another character I wanted to bring up that none of you guys might be expecting. We've heard a lot of stuff about Dr. Doom possibly being in Black Panther 2. I'm calling we might have a cameo of Dr. Doom in this movie.
Well, they've got to set up the second movie somehow. And so they really like to link the movies together, which is one of my favorite things about the MCU is how they intertwine each section of the universe.
So I just want to throw out really quick too. We mentioned what movies to watch. If you also wanted to get like deep dive into it,
but if you want to get Ty,
if you want to get Ty level here,
if you want to get Ty level, well, this is like, remember the jazzercise on like KUTV when you had like just the lady walking, and then you have the lady walking fast, and then you have the guy running over there. So I'm like the walking fast, and Ty's like jogging. So you can either do like just the I'm going to walk fast, I'm a fan, or you can do him. We'll give you both parts of that today.
So if any of you who are listening have Marvel Unlimited, that is the app that you can pay for. They're not paying me to say this.
We don't get paid to do anything.
Just putting this out there. If you have the Marvel Unlimited app, you have access to all of Marvel's comics, which include all of Marvel, Star Wars. There's a few other ones that we have on there, like big, huge thing of comics. Mm-hmm. Here's 10 that you can look up that will get you ready for this movie.
Yeah.
Sorry, let me pull up my list here again. The Shumagorath saga. Shumagorath is like that big creature that we seen in the trailer with the one eye and all the tentacles kind of going around.
Okay.
And then Don't Pay the Ferryman / Strange Tales. That's another one with Shumagorath. Avengers, Doctor Strange, Rise of the Dark Lord. Avengers, Vision and Scarlet Witch, A Year in the Life. House of M, which we have already done a ton.
Yeah, like you've been waiting for House of M forever to be an intricate part of this. So,
and I think House of M is.
I'm so sad we're not going to be in the same theater together because I just want to hear you go like fangirl.
Maybe we'll do a quick tidbit with Ty for the people who are listening that end up going with us. That's maybe you can do a tidbit with me and just say my reactions. We're not going to talk about the movie, but
yeah,
just like there's this part that Ty was just screaming. There's another part that he was yelling in the theater and everybody kind of got worried. And
yeah, you guys can kind of do a little Facebook Live after or something.
Then there's another one called the Montesi formula, which is kind of like what we got in What If when he's starting to absorb all these different darker energy powers. Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom, Triumph and Torment. And then number 3, Secret Wars, Marvel Zombies, which we got in What If, but then it also looks like we're hinting to a little bit. I hope we get a full-fledged Marvel Zombies like spin-off movie or two.
Love zombies.
No, it's not just zombies though. It's so the same guy who wrote The Walking Dead collaborated with Marvel to do Marvel Zombies. It's such a fun story.
You're not helping it out. I thought The Walking Dead was so boring. I watched one episode and I was like, this is the most boring thing I've ever watched. I'm gonna get so much. It's just not my jam. Not my jam.
It's okay. Yeah, those are some comics that you can check out too if you wanted to get deep dive ready. These are some of the elements that they're pulling from that. So I'm like, okay, Dr. Doom's involved with a lot of these, so I'm going to lean towards him making some kind of an appearance.
So what other part of the universe do you think that we're going to see? Because I think that having No Way Home has set up fans for definitely for the expectation of surprise, right? Because sorry, if you haven't seen No Way Home yet, I don't know why you're listening because we're talking about this. Go see it. But we're going to do spoilers with that. So, we get all of our favorite Spider-Man in that movie. And then everybody has to forget who Peter Parker is. But all of this movie happens directly after what happens during No Way Home. So we're just is the studio just going to expect us to not think about where Spider-Man is during this?
Yeah, because I feel like you're going to get some Midnight Suns.
Okay. But like that's one of the things though, is that I can see if there's time between or if we're in another place. But the fact that this is happening in the direct timeline in the same place that Spider-Man No Way Home just happened how can we not have him or any of these characters involved in the story? They're just hiding in a bush somewhere.
I think we're getting pulled from it. This is like, guys, I keep saying there's going to be, check, there's the supernatural tier, the earth tier, the space
So we're
tier.
going to be in the supernatural tier and not in a place where Spider-Man will even know how to get there.
He will eventually, though, because if you guys remember, Spider-Man is a multiverse being.
Yeah.
He's not just in the multiverse. He is like intertwined.
So that's what I'm
with
saying.
It, so.
Like, why wouldn't they have him involved?
Because we've got so many other characters popping up in this movie.
I'm not saying he's a main character, but I don't know. I get it, but at the same time, I don't. Brad says,
I don't know
of Silver Surfer.
I don't know if we'll get into Silver Surfer yet. We may see some form of the Fantastic Four, whether that be the old, Fantastic Four, or hinting at the new Fantastic Four. If you're a deep dive fan, in Spider-Man, we've got a lot of little hints that they are coming, and they finally, a year ago made the announcement, oh, they're coming. We might see some form of them. I think it's a little too early to be bringing the Silver Surfer in, especially because I don't think whenever we see our signs of Galactus coming in is when I think we'll see the Surfer get involved. Yeah, Tracy, we've seen Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic has been strongly rumored. That's what Tracy says. Again, if you're listening to this later and you're not watching it live, people are able to comment. We love it when you guys join us live and comment. That's what I would like to see, is a little bit of that involved.
Well, he's part of the Illuminati, so.
Are we going to see, really see the House of M and that existence of that?
I think we might.
You've been saying might for a year.
I'm not saying might.
I'm
not saying might. I'm going to actually, we're strongly going to see some of it. I don't know if
it's not going to be fully there. It's going to be kind of like in WandaVision, where you kind of know there's something there, but it doesn't show itself. When's it going to show itself?
I think it's going to give us more leaks and visuals of it, because
you're vague posting right now.
I'm vaguely posting. I'm not trying to just, I'm saying, okay, guys, look, we have Xavier confirmed, so we know X-Men are going to show up. Wanda is an X-Men, as well as an Avenger, plus she's the daughter of Magneto, okay? So where we have...
You just blew some people's minds that didn't know that. Say that slower.
Shakana. Okay. Wanda Maximoff is the daughter of Magneto. Big drop there. I don't know if we'll get anything in it. The closest thing we'll get to Ant-Man 3 in that comic that's being posted right now is Kane. I'm pretty sure Kane's going to show up somewhere in this, some variant. I'm thinking.
Get distracted. Go back to your list.
Yeah. So we have the X-Men coming in, where Magneto is Wanda's dad. I think we will get some very strong House event, stronger than what we've seen. If you guys go back and listen to the WandaVision stuff, we talked, that whole comic is based off House of M. A lot of fun stuff. It's actually Elizabeth Olsen's favorite run of the Scarlet Witch storylines. So there's so many characters that's going to pop up. That's the hard thing with saying where this is exactly leading to. When I first started talking about this movie, I came out and said, this is going to be the pivot point for our multiverse saga.
Yeah.
Which Loki kind of blindsided me, right? Loki kind of came out of nowhere, because I thought this would be our opening thing into the multiverse. But then you had Loki that came out, was like, oh no, we're actually going to straight up show you Kang the Conqueror and all this other stuff.
Well, and you've got so many variants of Loki, which led us into how we can believe all the different Spider-Man, exist in different universe. So, I mean, it was really, really smart what they did.
And basically, this is, sorry, go ahead, Val.
Do you think... So we're going to get the Multiverse of Madness. We're going to get this struggle between good and evil, right? When you give ultimate power to someone and what that does, right? Because he opened up this big time bomb that now is the struggle between all these different powers. We're going to be leading into Ant-Man 3, but we've got Thor, Love and Thunder coming. Do you think that there's going to be any connection? And we have Guardians 4 coming. So do you think we're going to get any connection between this and those movies, or that is this going to kind of jump over and go through those movies?
I don't know if I'd say up and over. This might be the thing. This is what I have a hard time explaining. So Guardians Volume 3, Thor Love and Thunder, is our main partial Earth cosmic story, right? Mm-hmm. Not that Multiverse isn't a cosmic, but I think there's tinier cracks that are going to be not noticed as much in Thor and in the Guardian story. Those are still going to be tethered to like this main storyline that we're talking to. And I think the multiverse problem is going to be these tiny little cracks that are just going to slowly start to weave through all these stories until we come to Secret Wars.
Okay. I mean, because when we had the first phase of the MCU, none of those stories were connected to each other. It was introducing all of these characters that then once we fell in love with the characters, we got all the movies where they were all intertwined and connected and everything. So I think it's okay to say that not everything is going to be connected right away.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, this could be going on slightly unnoticed in the back, and then who knows?
Mm-hmm. All right. Moon Knight and Doctor Strange. Any connections there?
Not yet, I don't feel.
But at some point. Or do you think they're going to, do you think they're going to go full on X-Men after this? Because they've been trying to find a way to bring the X-Men in now that they can. And so do you think it's going to be like a couple years down the road and they're going to pull in X-Men first and just kind of have the series that keeps us in the Moon Knight phase?
I think that it'd be smart if they slowly develop an X-Men series where they're trying to build up the new faces that they want to do. Because I read you guys a list quite some time ago of the first 10 initial mutants that they wanted to introduce. And I guess this is, how they bring the mutants in instead of saying that, oh, they were never there. And I had a few different other theories on how they'd bring them in. Yeah. But I'm really hoping that they do a series and kind of trickle their way and introduce them in, because there's a lot of projects going on. Yeah. And I feel like X-Men itself has a huge like scape of stuff that could envelop the MCU. I
just hope they don't reboot and start out. Like, we have all the movies that we have, right? So I want to move forward and not backward.
Thank you, Brad.
Build up to an X-Men versus Avengers, the Battle of Heroes, which is, we've talked about the Battle of Heroes on several shows, and we would really like that to happen as well. I think that's what everybody was hoping could have happened already. But of course, we have studios involved and politics and all that stuff. Tracy says, I think Moon Knight will tie into Thor with Bale as the God Killer. I agree with that one. Now that I'm learning more about Moon Knight, I hadn't read anything before. I tried to go in cold. I've only taken what Ty has taught me up to this point, and now I'm starting to read more into who these characters are, how they also tie into the Eternals. And so I love that we're going to have Moon Knight, Eternals, and then Thor, kind of this whole world that's spinning together and kind of branching off from one another.
As much as you guys want that, I don't. I think that I'm really, like, I've gone on this rant before. That was cold.
I have the power of the button. I'm sorry, go ahead.
This is the opportunity to bring in Beta Ray Bill. In the comic books, the only way that they took down Gore was the power of 3 different Thors, which technically
We're
you
gonna have
already have
2.
another one hiding around. Like you have Throg hiding out in a jar,
Yeah, I
but
forgot
he's
about
not the
Throg.
one that we want to see. Beta Ray Bill, Lady Thor, and Chris Thor. That could be the opportunity to bring him in.
Just Reg Thor. He's just Reg. Reg Thor.
Just Reg Thor. There we go. Moon Knight, I still, like I said, I want to see a cameo with some of the other newer dark characters. If anything, bring Daredevil in again. Like I said, though, I'm hoping to see Blade because Daredevil is a midnight sun.
Well,
And the
with
reason
them...
I think...
Oh, go ahead. Finish. No, finish.
I was going to say, I think that we're going to get more Midnight Sun kind of leaning into this is because, one, Doctor Strange is a Midnight Sun. And I think Marvel's going to kind of change it up and introduce Wanda into that group where she never has been. But I think with the way that her series worked, the way that her kind of dark powers and the spinoff with Agatha's story, it plays very dark supernatural. And I think they're going to say, hey, you know what? Let's introduce Scarlet Witch as a Midnight Sun now because she works. It fits. It's eerie. It's scary. It's dark. It's supernatural. And so I'm really hoping that we're building up to an event that they're basically a Dark Avengers. And I want us to build up to them all collecting to fight this next level thing that the normal Avengers couldn't do.
What about Agatha?
As far as good or bad, it's hard to tell.
Is she going to be in the movie? Is she going to be... Because they said they're going to have her be, in Disney Plus somehow. So do you think she's... I think she's kind of a little hokey character, though.
I think she might get a cameo. I think because Wanda said, don't worry, I'll know where to find you.
I love her. I just said she's a little bit of a hokey character. And I like that about her, but...
Here's the problem. We have so many small cameos that might be popping up here.
Right. I don't know that that's a problem.
Not a problem, but it's a lot to process. Here's the thing with these movies coming out now, we're getting so intertwined that if you don't go back and watch like the first 23 years of Marvel, you're semi-lost, I feel like.
I mean, I don't know. I think that you could hop into this phase of the MCU if you've seen at least, you could hop into this. If you've seen Infinity War and then you've seen Disney Plus on and the movies that came after Endgame, I think that you would be okay. And you wouldn't even have to see all of them. Like, I don't think you'd have to see Eternals at this point for this movie. It's beneficial. But I mean, the fact that they had Daredevil in No Way Home means that they opened that door. So to bring Daredevil back into the picture now, would be great. But again, I do think you could go into Doctor Strange 2 this weekend, next week, whenever you decide to see it. If you watch the original Doctor Strange, if you want to watch Age of Ultron, great. I don't think you have to, but it is a good one. If you watch Doctor Strange, these are bare minimals. This is just that lady walking, okay? Original Doctor Strange. You and Tracy are the runners. I'm just the fast walker. Infinity War, Endgame, WandaVision, and then No Way Home. If you watched just those leading into it, I think you would understand and appreciate it. And then I almost think if you go back and watch Ty's list and then go see Doctor Strange again, because you're going to want to see it again, then I think... Because I plan on watching Doctor Strange and then rewatching all the things, just so I can catch all the things that they left for us. I love doing that.
Oh, you don't even need to watch the stuff that they left for us. You already know that next week's show. I'm going to be sitting here with my notebook.
Yeah, but I still like to go watch it and see it and experience it for myself. Thank you. Oh, man. But
I don't have any final predictions. That's how wide this movie is. Like, there's too much for me to sit and like plug in and tag and different characters that might show up.
I mean, after No Way Home, like, there are no rules. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's like they follow a formula. Even No Way Home followed a formula, but they definitely went through some walls on No Way Home. and broke some barriers than they usually break. And so now I think that left a door wide open, or many a door wide open, for Doctor Strange to just really blow us away. Do you think it will get bigger box office numbers than No Way Home?
That's hard. I'm going to lean towards yes, because I've been wanting to see this movie more than Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So it
was just as exciting for me. Like, I'm just equally excited for both, but okay.
Like, yeah. I'm biased, so I'm going to
try to say it's just, I think it's probably, and this is hard for me to say, I think it's going to be overall a better movie than Spider-Man, which is hard to say because to me, that was such a great movie. You guys know how much I love it, but I don't know that Doctor Strange has a bigger, like, civilian following as much as Spider-Man yet. But we'll see. Like, I hope it does. Tracy says at least 150 million opening. Is that just like global or national? Kind of want to know that one. But other movies, Morbius, I didn't think Morbius was that great of a movie.
I have a list of reasons why that movie
we won't.
I'm not going to get into that.
We're not going to get into that because that's not this episode. But he thinks national. Okay.
I want you guys to take a second though and look at where Marvel was 30 years ago, and it was about to go bankrupt. What movies saved that studio for a time?
No, I understand all of that. I'm just saying, like, it's a crazy time to be a nerd. It's like one of the best times. And because there's so many movies coming out right now and so many things streaming, I don't know that as many regular people are going to run to see Doctor Strange as they will just because Spider-Man's name is on something. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's if you were to put Spider-Man t-shirts and Doctor Strange t-shirts for free in a room, the Spider-Man shirts would be gone first. Like, it's just, I'm not saying one is better than the other Spider-Man, but I'm just saying that that's just, where people are. I hope that people go see this movie. I don't think that it's as, like, Shang-Chi, I wanted everybody to see. I just loved that movie, but that was too far for some people to go for many, many reasons that we talked about in our Shang-Chi episode. I do think Doctor Strange, especially with, Benedict Cumberbatch being who he is, and because of WandaVision and because of No Way Home, is bigger in some people's eyes than he would have been if none of those movies and series would have happened, right?
Brad, just for the note, I'm going to say that I hope my favorite Marvel hero of all time appears in this movie, even if it's for 5 seconds. It's worth the entire runtime of the show if I get to see him for a few seconds. So
yeah. And my thing doesn't have anything to do with favorite heroes. You guys know my background. Your background is nerd. My background is sales, branding, marketing, right? And so I'm looking at this from the way a general population would be. When I walk in and out of these fan conventions, I can tell you that if I say Spider-Man, even people that have never read a Spider-Man comic or seen a Spider-Man movie could tell me a little bit about Spider-Man. If I do that same group of people and I say Doctor Strange, it's going to be less knowledge just because of the popularity of cartoons and, all of that stuff. So I'm not saying that Doctor Strange isn't as good. What I'm saying is...
Val's getting the hate mail. She hates Doctor Strange.
I love Doctor Strange and I love America. And let's go back. If we want to get into
America's in this movie too. Good call.
I'm going back to when you said all the things you hated, and I was like, what do you hate America too?
America's in this movie too.
Yeah, I know. I get to see another really cool thing that we've been waiting a while for tonight. So I'm going to go see Doctor Strange in one theater at 7:00. But at 6:00, I'm going to go into the IMAX 3D theater and see a trailer for a movie that we've been waiting for to come out for like 12 years now. Has it been 12 years? When did the first one come out, James Cameron?
Oh, geez. Don't even get me started on this.
I know
I'm
you
gonna
hate
get
it,
hate
and
mail.
I love it. I love it. So Avatar came out in 2009. Avatar 2 is coming out, and tonight I am going to see the they literally invited press to just go see the first trailer in 3D in the IMAX theater at a specific time tonight before we walk over and see Doctor Strange. And I'm excited because I actually enjoyed Avatar. I know some people love to hate it, but I loved it.
Tracy, there's even more than that, man. Like Tracy's comment, I'm just worried this may be too much. America, Chavez, Wanda, Strange, variants. There's oh my gosh, that's not
Do
even
you
like
think
the
it'll
tip
be
of the.
too much for people?
That's why I'm trying to give as much stuff. And it is a lot. That's the
Because
thing.
I
I
feel
think
the last X-Men movie, when they threw everybody at us, was just too much. It was like, oh, this is our last X-Men movie. We've got to pull every character out of our butt.
Are you talking about X-Men Last Stand or which version of X-Men are we talking here? That's the other thing. Like, there's so much. That's why I can't give you guys like I can usually predict a pretty strong storyline and like the outcome of what's going to happen typically.
It's when
you're not talking Dark Phoenix, are you?
Oh my god, I hated Dark Phoenix. I don't even consider that one. I that isn't a dark hole. I don't consider that a movie. No, it's the one where we have when they go deep into I'm sorry, I've been traveling since 3 a.m. this morning.
Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past. No. Yes. The end of Days of Future Past, isn't that when we get like all these different people coming in, and Kitty has to basically try and hold everything back so that Wolverine can get everything done, and there's just so many characters. Days of Future Past to me could have been great, but I don't think they knew. Like, I think it got messy. I think it got really messy.
And that's what I'm hoping this isn't.
Because I liked The Last Stand. I didn't hate Days of Future Past. I just thought at the end, when everything's breaking up and it's kind of like this multiverse of madness, things started breaking away and all this, and you have all these characters doing all these things, and I'm like, who is everyone? Who do I care about? Like, what's going on? I just felt like it got too messy too fast.
There's just so much stuff coming into this movie. I can't give you guys like a solid, hey, what to expect. I can just kind of give you a few of the things. Like I'm saying, you get a glimpse into the Marvel zombies. You get a glimpse into the Illuminati that might or may not take a bigger play. Maybe we'll see them stretch out into more movies coming.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to see my man Ghost Rider for his film and his involvement coming up.
Who's playing Ghost Rider?
Reedus.
Oh yeah, you keep
from The
telling me, and I
Walking Dead
keep
that you
forgetting
hate.
because I don't want him to play it.
Why?
Because he needs to I don't.
How could one look at this dude and thinking of his biking from The Walking Dead and just his character, and then the Boondock Saints. Norman Reedus, Val. Oh my gosh, I have never ever had like such a big disagreement with you.
Whatever you have.
You tell me that this man cannot play Ghost Rider. Like the only other person who I'd be okay with is, we already talked about this, is Keanu Reeves, but I'm willing to save
Nick
Keanu
Cage
for a
is
different
back.
character.
Give him another chance and give him a better movie. And I'm sorry, Brad, because I know this is one that you really like, but I didn't care for the Ghost Rider movies. I like Ghost Rider, but I think the Nicolas Cage movies are crap.
And this is where the line is drawn, folks. You can see right here, there is
We're not supposed to agree with everything. We are not supposed to agree with everything. Norman Reedus is fine.
I have my days.
Like he needs a bath. And I guess if Ghost Rider looks like he needs a bath, then it's a good fit.
Yeah, it is a good fit. It's a great fit.
Well, I hope I get proven wrong. And then you could be like, ah, again about Ghost Rider.
If I see Norman Reedus, you guys who are going to be there on Wednesday, you are going to hear me squeal like a pig.
I need to see if I can get me some tickets to the Wednesday screening.
I am going to be so stinking excited. Okay, limited actor, he does have
Tracy's
a certain
got
face.
my back. Tracy's got
a certain
my
face.
back.
There's a lot of people who have certain, like, you know, Kristen Stewart, the only thing she'll ever be good for is Bella in Twilight, which was terrible too. But there are certain characters who have only certain roles. But I feel like he'd do good. There's no one else that you can throw up in my face that I'm like,
I think I would do a better job. I just like pushing your buttons. It's like my favorite.
This is the big red button you don't push.
All right, so we might see Norman Reedus. We're getting towards the end of the show, and I feel like Tracy and Brad have basically helped our show move along today, so I kind of feel like they deserve the tickets.
Absolutely.
Can I make that
agree.
call? I mean, we had one other comment. Thanks for letting us know you were excited about the movie. But what?
Whoa, I'm putting the pause button right there. James Estrada.
Oh, blew it out of the water at the last minute.
I am okay to get your hate mail because this is the one thing. If I see Robbie Reyes come to the big screen, I am going to, no. I'm going to get hate mail because Robbie Reyes is like the weakest Ghost Rider in my opinion.
I don't know who you're talking about.
If you ever watched the atrocity, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, yeah.
That dumpster fire, you had a Ghost Rider on there. I
enjoyed the first 2 seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
James, you can hate me, but the Ghost Rider that we had on there, he drives a Charger, and that's... I can't even, process a sentence to tell you how bad I dislike Robbie Reyes. Oh, people are going to hate me. If he pops up in this movie, I'm going to just... Y'all are hitting them bad buttons today.
They got my back.
Oh my gosh. You wait till we talk about one of the movies that I'm not on board. I will bring an army.
Okay. I'm bringing my mom. Okay, so this is how you win tickets is you got to contribute to the show and chat back and chat with us. And this is what's really cool is that we will have more tickets to more movies to give away in the future. All you have to do is keep tuning in. We're going to try and keep it on Mondays at 4, but because of my travel schedule, it might differ from week to week, but right now Mondays at 4 is probably the deal. And I want to throw this out there. What to See with Val, I'm going to be on Good Things Utah talking about Doctor Strange this Friday around 10 a.m., 10:15 a.m. And I'm going to be giving away a prize pack for Doctor Strange. So it doesn't include tickets, but it is a prize pack of collectible things. You guys know how much I just love to keep these goodies around. I have all these random nonsensey goodies. Well, they're actually going to be sending goodies straight to you. It doesn't even come to me. The studio is going to send goodies to your house. So all you have to do is watch Good Things Utah. I'm going to tell you on the show what to do and how to win from there. And just those of you that are here, you're going to have to go to my Facebook page afterwards. Don't tell anybody else What to See with Val on Facebook and do something there to win. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead. Brad and Tracy, you guys commented the most today. So you both get 2 tickets. I will message you on Facebook what you need to do for those tickets. And then everyone else try and win the prize pack. I believe it's a hat, a shirt, and a keychain and a poster from the movie. I'm pretty sure those things. I could be wrong. It might be missing one of those things, but it has at least 3 out of the 4. Yep,
I'll
Tracy
see you
and
guys
Brad.
Wednesday, and I want pictures.
I expect you guys to get a picture by the poster or whatever, the stand up, and then do like a little 5-minute Facebook Live.
Absolutely.
No
I'm excited to see you
spoilers,
guys.
just
No
reactions.
spoilers.
Reactions.
Talk about
and
how
stuff.
Ty reacted to the movie.
All right, everybody. On next Monday's episode, we are going to talk about what happened with on Doctor Strange. This is going to be a longer episode because we have Doctor Strange, and then we also have Moon Knight that is all going to be wrapping up, and so we're going to try and fit that in 1 hour long episode next week. Please join us, and if you ever want to be involved or on any of our shows, you can message us right here on our Facebook page or our YouTube and let us know what you want us to cover. If you're at Disneyland, I have a lot of radio friends that are there right now talking about what parade, Ty?
The Electric Light Parade.
The Electric Light Parade. So the Electric Light Parade is back. You should get your tickets and go. I just found out I'm going to be in Anaheim next month for work. And so I'm going to try and get me a ticket for at least 1 day so that I can get in there, eat a churro, watch the parade, and then go.
Possibly try to fit in a live there somewhere. But yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right, everybody. Enjoy the movie. Let us know what you think, and we'll be back on Monday.
Take it easy.